Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back for another Slim Sports interview. And as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me today is a 5'9" wide receiver that's an all purpose caliber player heading from Eastern Washington to the Montana Grizzlies. You see the sweatshirt he's wearing right there. I'm talking about Michael Wortham. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Excited to be here, talk about the football aspect of things.
Hey, absolutely excited to have someone of your caliber on. I mean, the numbers you put up were unreal this past season. Over 1,000 kick return yards, including over 100-yard kick return touchdown that we'll get into here in a little while. But I want people to know your accolades here real quick before we get into this, and I'm going to talk about them in a little segment that I like to call Rewind and Recap. Just going to rewind the clock. Just over the past 2 years during your Eastern Washington career, a three-time All Big Sky selection. And the crazy thing is two of those selections came just in 2024, where you were a second team selection as a kick returner, and then as an all-purpose guy because you were able to do literally everything for the Eagles. You were a first team selection as well. And because of your skill set, because of your intangibles, you were named a 2024 FCS All American. So a whole lot of accolades to your name already. And now you're going into this next year with Montana after having a huge role with the Eagles at Eastern Washington in 2024. How would you describe that role that you had this past season, and how did Eastern Washington utilize your skill set to be the best version of yourself?
Yeah, it was very impactful. Not only just for the team, just for me, in general, just being in different positions. That was mainly the most roles I've been in since I've been playing this sport. So the backstory kind of was I came in as a quarterback, try to fight for the job, ended up not winning the job, but Coach Beth and Coach Chapin told me personally was like, we want you to be on the field. We know you're good enough to be on the field, so we're going to make sure we put you in positions to be successful. So the first thing was kick return. That was the first option they gave me. I accepted that, and then the second option was running back. They said, how comfortable are you with doing running back stuff like that? And not a lot of people know this, but I actually was a running back before I was a quarterback, all the way up until it that already came natural to me. So I was like, okay, well, it's not too bad to go back to running back or things like that. So ended up being running back and then taking on the fly sweeps and all just the little bubbles and stuff like that. So like just all those little things was just so eventful for me. It was just a great experience. Like I said, they wanted me to be on the field. They believed in me to do something greater in just different positions and make an impact in different areas of the field. So it was just an amazing journey all in all.
Yeah, and I know that 2023 season, your first year with the Eagles, you had, you came in first year with the program. They're trying to figure out, the best way to use you. And then obviously you took that jump up in 2024. How would you compare that role that you had in 2023 compared to this past season to where you took that huge jump and what went into that jump?
I felt like it was more the comfortability. I'm just being in the league for the first time in 2023. It was just a little more nerve wracking, I guess. I was a little more nervous to do things, not as confident to attack how I wanted to attack. So I knew coming into 2024 season, just be confident. To me, I felt like it was going to be my last year. I didn't know obviously the JUCO ruling was going to come out to where I was going to get an extra year. So all I kept thinking was foot on the pedal, the gas pedal, try to do as much as you can, man, and stay as healthy as possible. So just really just being comfortable was like the biggest thing that changed from 2023 to 2024.
Yeah, and that definitely showed in your numbers. I mean, this past season, 1,093 kick return yards, had that kick return touchdown that I mentioned before, five rushing touchdowns, two passing touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. So you have literally scored in every single way except for a pick six if they wanted to put you on defense. So talk to me real quick about being this all-purpose kind of player. Obviously, you were first team selection and an All-American as an all-purpose kind of guy. How would you really describe the role of being an all-purpose dude where you're able to do all of these different things? And how did you always seem to have enough energy and stay ready to make those plays, whatever was asked of you?
Yeah, it took a lot of responsibility. Like it's just a lot of focus that you have to have. You got to know your assignments. Luckily, like I said before, I was a running back before, so that came natural to me. Being a quarterback for years up until that also came natural to me. So like just the athleticism part of it was more natural. It wasn't like I was taking a huge step in something I knew I couldn't do. I felt very confident in what I could do and stuff like that. And like I said, just making sure time management is a big thing. Studying what you need to study, plays, what the defense does. It's just a lot of different things because I'm in so many different positions. Even special teams too. It's just a lot of little things that you have to look at. So it's just a little extra more film, a little extra more work that you have to do to be in all those positions because. I mean, there are people that are just in those positions. So, like, what sets yourself apart? What makes you special enough to be able to play those different positions. So, it wasn't me just competing with the quarterbacks at that point. I had to make sure I'm up to par with what the running backs were doing, what the receivers were doing. Try to make sure I was in practice. I was doing different drills. I was running back, receivers, still throwing, stuff like that, making sure everything was on point as best as I could make it, and also trying to stay healthy all in all. So, and yeah, health is a big part of it too. Making sure you're stretching, eating the right things, and yeah, always getting into the training room.
There you go, man. Because of your athletic ability, where you're able to do all those different things, you made some big time plays this past season. And I want to talk about some of them in a little segment that I like to call Make That Play. In this segment, going to talk about what you do best, and you seem to do everything the best. I mean, kick returns, receiving touchdowns, passing touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, everything. You are able to do it. But obviously I'm the spectator. I'm the guy that just went through the highlights to see, what I thought were my top three plays. But I want to ask you, you're the guy on the field. What was your top play from this past season?
Definitely number one would be the kick return. I've been waiting to score on kick return for so long. And I came up short so many times. So like that was like the biggest thing for me. I was so excited. My teammates were super excited. So that was a big moment for me. Um, Second, I'll probably say the 75-yard touchdown against Montana State. That was also a big game that we want to prove some. Came up short, but and I was like, they were just such a good team. Obviously, they went all the way to the Natty and stuff like that. So, just playing a high caliber team like that, just scoring, just a long distance in general like that, is was a big deal to me. So I'll do that as well. And third, ooh, this is hard. Let's see. I'll say third would probably be me throwing the double pass against Nevada to one of the old receivers, Noah Cronquist. That was pretty awesome. Going scoring against the FBS team is always a nice thing to do. So, and plus it was in front of my family as well. So that was a pretty good thing. Even though that game didn't turn out how we wanted it to turn out, it was still inspirational to me.
Oh yeah, and two of your top three are in my top three as well. And obviously got to go with that kick return touchdown as number one. I mean, that's just obvious. And the crazy thing is it's more than just a 100-yard kick return touchdown because you caught it like in the center of the end zone. And I kid you not, it looked like one of your teammates was like, "Oh, just kneel," it," and you're like, "Nah, I'm going."
Yeah.
And you took off. Credit to your blockers. Your blockers did a phenomenal job making sure that you didn't get touched after you broke through two tackles, two guys trying to get you at once, and you just went zooming down the field, raced past everybody into the end zone, and got that big time score for your team. Number two, you called it that Nevada touchdown. Had to put that on there. The double pass throw for 42 yards to your receiver for a big time score against an FBS team that's in a very talented Mountain West Conference in Nevada. And then number three, I had to go with your receiving touchdown because it was just tight. And credit to I believe it was Keikoa Vesperas, who I've had on previously. He threw it to you right over top of the outreach arms of two defenders. You caught it, turned around, and it looked like you were stumbling there for a sec, and then you got your rhythm and boom, straight to the end zone. So those are my top three plays right there. And I want to talk about your kick return skills here for a second because over 1,000 return yards in a season is just absolutely insane in my mind. And the you led all of FCS. You were the highest one in that stat category. The next closest was Jamal Cooney from U Albany with 840. So you had more than 100 yards over the next closest person. So as that top of the line kick returner that you are, how would you describe your ability as a kick returner to, make these split second decisions to read the gaps and make your way upfield?
Yeah, it's honestly, if you think about it, like, you know, everybody is kind of looking at you and reacting off you. So if you make a late decision or you're indecisive or something, it can mess up somebody else. Um, and you don't know that could be that person could be the key block into scoring a touchdown. So it's like being back there, you have to be very decisive, know what you're doing, be confident in what you're doing, because if it's too, you know, here you're confident, but the next one you're confident, you don't build a rhythm with your kick return team. So yeah, it was just mainly just making sure I'm confident back there, making the right decisions, and also just doing what's best for the team. Not trying to take everything out if it's not right to do it. In certain situations of the game, just trying to make sure the offense gets out there. I always wanted to get the offense good field position, so like that was just our main motto: just being the spark, and having great field position for our offense. So yeah, I just main goal back there was just trying to be as confident as possible, that I can do the things I need to do to put my offense in a better position to score.
Yeah, and overall on the season, I know the season didn't go exactly the ways that you guys were planning it. 4-8 overall record, 3-5 in what's a very talented Big Sky conference. I didn't realize how many playoff caliber teams are in that conference until I started looking through the standings. But I mean, you did what you could to help your team out, obviously. Same thing with, EC3 Afton Chisholm, and Keikoa Vesperes, who EC3 was an All American just like yourself, and Keikoa Vesperes led all of FCS in completion percentage. So you guys had the talent, you had the players to go out and compete and put up some incredible numbers on offense. How would you say throughout this tough season, you as a leader helped keep you guys going to get the best performance out of your teammates every single week?
Yeah, it was just we had to believe in each other. It was rough. Everybody doesn't like losing. So it is tough to overcome adversity like that. So just believing that we are good enough to be at the top, we are good enough to compete with these people. So as long as we just continue to keep doing our job, we'll be perfectly fine. And football's football. Things are gonna happen. Mistakes are gonna happen. So like there's not too much we could do, but we try to play the perfect game. Everybody tries to play the perfect game. So like we know everybody's not perfect, but everybody does their job. Everybody's, doing what they have to do. Then the best we can hope for is, for the defense to do what they got to do. But we just focus on our side, got our side together, and for the most part, we believed in each other. We had it. It's just we come up short. And it was just super unfortunate, game after game. But other than that, though, we never stopped believing in each other and we never quit on each other. So,
Yeah, and obviously, like I said before, offense was constantly scoring for you guys, and I know you were a big part of that, obviously, and you're looking to be a big part of that heading into Montana. Obviously, you're already there, you're repping their gear, and you're getting ready to do what you do best in the 2025 season to hopefully win a national championship with the Grizzlies. Talk to me real quick about your expectations when you were in the portal. What were you looking for from your next destination that you wanted to go to, and how did Montana seem to fit those needs for you?
yeah, honestly, I had to really like look deep into like really what I wanted, what I valued more. I did want to hit all levels, because I've been JUCO, played at FCS level, and had a chance to play at the FBS level. Um, but like I just kind of looked back at my college career and freshman year of college, lost the bowl game. When I started quarterback next year, lost the bowl game. Had a losing season two times and at Eastern. So like it was I never really got to experience a postseason or any of that, and just I wanted to win. I felt I knew Montana had what I wanted in that category, and that's what I really desired. There's a lot of people have their different needs and stuff like that. And like I said, I did want to go to the highest level and perform at the highest level. But my ultimate goal was to win. I love winning, and it was just hard to deny such a program like this. Weight rooms up to par, the things we get here, just NIL deals as well. Like it matches up with the FBS as well, just at the FCS level. So I wasn't missing too much if I ended up coming here. It wasn't like a big loss. Plus, just being able to have that chance to play on offense as well, more than what I was at Eastern, just playing more of a role somewhere starting, and it was just felt more promising here on what I wanted, versus going to the higher level. It just felt like it just I don't know. It was just a little off of when I was talking to the coach and stuff like that, but all in all, though, every coach has been respectful, has helped me out in a way they needed to. I just felt like Montana was the best choice for me.
There you go, man. And I know that your team is going to have a whole lot of talent, obviously, yourself included, going into next season. And you've played with a lot of talented players at Eastern Washington. And I'm always looking to find new ways to get new players on the podcast, try to find those underrated talents that people may not be noticing enough of, like, yourself, EC3 and Keikoa. Wanted to get all of your guys' names out there the best that I could because you guys are some dogs. And I know you know some dogs I should probably reach out to. So go on ahead and give them to me in a little segment that I like to call Who's Up Next. In this segment, just give me some names I should reach out to, but there are two rules. First of which, whoever you recommend got to help me reach out, got to help me get in touch with them. And two, you got to give me at least one name where they were not a teammate of yours at Eastern Washington this past season.
Okay, so not a teammate. Um, this is tough. This is tough. Uh, am I able to pick somebody that's on this team now?
Yeah, yeah, that works.
Okay. Um, I'll say the quarterback, Kiali Ayat. Hopefully, I didn't butcher his name. I'm sorry if I did. Um, but yeah, our QB here, I feel like he has the potential to be the one of the greatest quarterbacks that went to Montana. So I feel like he has a spark, a special talent that needs some light on, especially on this upcoming season. I believe he's a junior or sophomore, so still a little younger, but he got the arm talent, he got the QB IQ stuff like that. So I would say him.
There you go, man. Definitely can't wait to see what he does this upcoming season for you guys. And I'm definitely going to take a look at his numbers and, try to reach out and get him on for sure. Because I'm always looking for more quarterbacks also. Because quarterbacks, man, especially at the FBS level, they love to big time me. But the FCS level, you guys like to show me some love. So I appreciate y'all for that. And now that we've talked about who's up next, obviously we got to talk about what's next for yourself entering your final year, thanks to that JUCO ruling where you guys get an extra year. How are you looking to really attack this offseason to help lead the Grizzlies to a national championship in 2025?
Yeah, just adding a little more to the resume, being in full time receiver. I just have to learn things, more technique, more things to create separation, all the little things like that. Just tighten up a little bit of screws. Like I said, I played the other positions, but full time receivers, my first time really being receiver like that. So it'll be fun. Spring ball starts today. So, it'd be a good little lesson, and like I said, just adding a little more to the resume, just to show that I could be at any position and perform at any position, and that's what I want to show the scouts if I'm blessed to make it to the next level. So
Hey man, well, with the numbers that you've put up in your career so far, I can't wait to see what you do next season because some NFL team is going to take a chance on you. And the moment that your jersey in the NFL is up for sale, I'm getting it for my collection. We getting an autograph and everything. So beyond excited to see what you've done already and what you're going to do next year, man. And beyond happy to have someone, not just of your talent, but your kind of personality on the podcast. Definitely, love, got the smile on your face, all that stuff. And, definitely really appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this interview with me, man.
absolutely, man. I appreciate you always.